You guys are watching Chat Sports. I am Tom down here with my 2022 NFL Draft Grades, the gut visceral reaction from the 2022 NFL Draft. We don't just cover the draft here. News, rumors, all off-season and season long. So if you want free videos multiple times every single day, hit that big red button and subscribe right here on Chat Sports. Today's NFL draft coverage is presented by our sponsors over at Manscaped, manscaped.com/chat. 20% off and free shipping on all their great men's grooming products at manscaped.com/chat. If my voice sounds bad, it's because I've been on air for, honestly, it's about 20 hours in the last 3 days here. Been a lot going on, and we appreciate Manscaped sponsoring today's NFL draft. Team by team draft grades. Is it early? Yes. We have fun, though. Get over it. All right, the Cardinals, and I am factoring in their draft trade here of Marquise Brown, which, to be blunt, I didn't like. But beyond that, I liked a lot of their picks. Trey McBride, great value. Cam Thomas and Myjai Sanders combined versus my board, off by 1 pick. I feel good about those guys there. Keontae Ingram, I like that pick. Letitia Smith out of Virginia Tech, really good value. 2 of my favorite 7th-round picks, Jesse Luketa, friend of the show, Marquise Hayes out of Oklahoma. So, look, I don't love the pick, the trade, I should say, of Marquise Brown. But beyond that, Arizona did a good job. You see no grade for Christian Matthews because I didn't get to him. I did like 320 prospects. I didn't get to Matthews. So that's an L for me. I will not grade him as part of this because I might be wrong. I might have just missed him straight up. It's a B grade for Arizona. Now maybe you pay Kyler Murray in the near future. Atlanta, next up, Drake Leonard, Arnold Ebiketie, Troy Anderson, Desmond Ridder, and then some really good, also pretty local picks on day 3. D'Angelo Malone, double-dip edge. I am all for it. Tyler Algier, great value there. I like Justin Schaefer a lot out of Georgia. John Fitzpatrick, there is your run-blocking tight end to pair with Kyle Pitts. I like that fit in the end. A- from Atlanta. We'll see if Desmond Ridder ends up being the guy, but I thought a bit under the radar overall. The Falcons had themselves a very nice draft in 2022. Hopefully, it buys that regime enough time to keep their jobs in the end. The Ravens, I am going to swear here, holy shit, what a start. Kyle Hamilton, my number 8, or my number 1 overall guy. Linderbaum was number 8. Travis Jones, Daniel Fa'alele is the pronunciation. There's an extra in there. Jalen Armour Davis, Charlie Kohler out of Iowa State. I didn't like the punter. I'm not a fan of the punter draft pick there out of Penn State. It's fine. It's not the end of the world there. It's a punter. They crushed everything else so well. It's fine. Isaiah Likely, great value. Tyler, it is pronounced Beatty. We at Chat Sports will call him Batty because he a baddie on the field. I love that value there. I think off the cuff here, and I've said this before, the Ravens won the draft. Whether it's Eric DeCosta, Ozzie Newsome, this organization drafts better, at least based on what I feel about these players, which is all I can say about it. I'm not going to be like, oh, yeah, team liked them, therefore it's good. Pass. The Baltimore Ravens crushed this draft, an A for me. The Buffalo Bills are next up here. Kaiir Elam, I actually got that pick right in my top 10 nationally ranked mock draft as I hype myself up there. James Cook, Terrell Bernard, a bit of a reach, but Khalil Shakir, I like that one. I was bullied into ranking Matt Ariza higher than what I thought he should have been. He was the 3rd punter off the board. Punt God. I can tell you guys why he went 3rd off the board. If you have been subscribed to Chat Sports, you knew this already. You knew that Matt Ariza had location and finesse issues, but it's fine on that one. It's a good draft from the Bills. A B for me. I'll do the actual numbers. Oh, it's backward here. Hold on. I don't know why I'm doing this. B. I did the exact same thing twice. I'm not 100% sober there. Bills going to be, who is your biggest draft winner from the 2022 NFL draft here? Let me know in the comments section. Let me know. Is it the Bills, Ravens, somebody else all together? Let me know in the comment section who your biggest draft winner is. Pin comment on today's show. Ad break comes on YouTube. Take advantage of it. Let me know in the comment section. The Panthers did not have the volume picks, but I actually like a lot of what they did. Ike Mekwonu, my guy, NC State. My boy Davis loves him too. 6th overall pick. Matt Corral, good value in the 3rd. Brandon Smith, Amare Barno from Virginia Tech, Cade Mays out of Tennessee, and Kalen Barnes were all ranked higher than what I had them, or for what I had them on my board. They were higher than those 3 picks there. A- for a team with no 2nd, no 3rd round pick. I genuinely hope Carolina gets a competent QB because Sam Darnold sucks. So that regime, Scott Fitterer and Matt Rule, can keep their jobs. It's a good draft by Carolina. The Bears, Kyler Gordon, Jaquan Brisker. Awesome picks here in round 2. Velus Jones, I didn't like it. So what I'm going to do is pretend that Braxton Jones was your 5th round pick. And my guy, one of my favorite picks on all of day 3, Dominique Robinson, was your 3rd round pick. I adore the value on that front. My concern is you're trying to build around Justin Fields, and you kind of didn't. You didn't really devote yourself to like adding receiver and offense like that. Allegedly, Ryan Poles, GM, sat down with Fields and watched Velus Jones, which he had a breakout year. He's also 25 years old and had 1 year of good production, so don't love that one. Ja'Tyre Carter, 7th round, was a good pick. I drank for these 2 guys. Punter and 7th. Remember the rules, folks. There is no such thing as a bad 6th or 7th round pick. So I did not love the Bears draft class overall. I do not boost them from the Justin Fields, which I loved last year. Awesome move. I'm only focused on picks and trades made during the NFL draft, a C+ for the Chicago Bears. The Bengals, Houday, Daxton Hill, I love it. Beyond that, I didn't. I am not that high on Cam Taylor-Britt. I know others are. Cordero Volson is the 4th round version of Jackson Carman for me. That's not a good thing. Zachary Carter. I did love their 5th and 7th round picks. Tyson Anderson, Toledo. Shout out my uncle who went to Toledo. And Jeffrey Gunter, who went to Coastal Carolina. 2 safeties. Please pay Jesse Bates. That's all I want. It's a C grade. My grades are A is great, B is good, C is average, D is bad, and there are a couple D's here. I was meaner. I was told to be meaner and be more like honest and not like, oh, I don't want to be a dick. Yeah, I'll be a dick this year. It's a C for the Bengals in this year's NFL draft. Good news, they did crush free agency. Today's show is powered by Manscaped. Boom! You can't see the spray coming out there at all because I definitely did spray it there. 20% off and free shipping. Manscaped.com/chat. It smells better now than it has the entire draft weekend with the body spray over at Manscaped. 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com/chat. Fun fact in the office, they tend to turn the AC off, so you really need the body spray, and my wife loves it. Is it why she had a baby for me? People are talking on that front there. Shout out my wife and baby Olivia, who, fun fact, I've seen my mother-in-law who came down for 2 minutes the entire weekend because I've been busy here. Manscaped.com/chat. Promo code CHAT, 20% off and free shipping. I'm told to go faster because I'm a rambler and whatnot. The Browns, I don't love it. Emerson was a reach. Wright was good. Bell was fine. I love the Perrion Winfrey pick. I don't like kickers. They're not people for me. 124, like, you want a kicker? Make a better offense. Take another player there. Jerome Ford was a good pick. Woods was a reach. I did love the Isaiah Thomas pick. 3 OU guys when you're going to trade away Baker Mayfield is at least funny. So much like the other Ohio team, I'm going to give it a C. Quick note here. I did not factor in the Deshaun Watson trade. Factor it in. It's probably an A. The contract, maybe a B. Browns are all in. Go win some grades. Cowboys. We broke this down in depth earlier today on our Cowboys only YouTube channel. I do my grades in advance. My highest graded player for the Cowboys was Jalen Tolbert. That's not good. I did like their day 2 and day 3. Williams, Tolbert, Walls-Letko, Deron Bland, Damone Clark, John Ridgeway, Fatty's only rides. I gave it a C+. The upside is the best class in this year's draft. The downside is maybe the worst, so that screams C+ to me. Denver, I love their start. Nick Bonito, Greg Dulcich, and Demaria Mathis, great picks on that side of the ball. 4th round, it was a little bit early for me as it relates. Let me get the pronunciation here because it's a brutal name to try to do correctly the first time around. Out of Iowa State, it was, I put him at edge. I'm an idiot. I'm so dumb. I'm just going to go refresh. We'll check back to it here in a minute. Delarian Turner-Yell was one of the picks here. Montreal Washington, the first pick I did not study in any capacity, which really did kind of break my heart from that standpoint. Same with Luke Wattenberg. By the way, Matt Hennigissen out of Wisconsin, Sam. I know you're a Broncos fan. Sleeper. Really great athletic ability from that standpoint. Overall for Denver, I'm going to give it a B-. Not the best class ever, but a good class. Denver had no first-round pick. If you factor in the Russell Wilson trade, it's an A on that standpoint. By the way, Iowa State, Ioma Uwazurike out of Iowa State, the other Iowa State defensive lineman, 5th-round grade there. B- for Denver. No trades factored in. Factor it. It's an A. Detroit Lions, Hutchinson, Williams, Kirby Joseph. I love it on that standpoint there. Josh Pascal was a bit early, but I love their 6th-round picks, Rodriguez, Houston, and Chase Lucas. Mitchell, too. It's a good class for the Lions. A-. Be patient. It is a rebuilding stage in Detroit. Do not panic. It will be a longer-term rebuild for the Lions. They're in a good spot. Question for you guys now, and if the ad break comes on YouTube or a ad break comes on YouTube, take advantage of it. Shout out your favorite team and grade their draft. You can grade them too in the comments section. Favorite team and the grade right now in the comments section. I did not love the Christian Watson pick for Green Bay, but Quay Walker I liked. Devontae Wyatt I liked. Sean Ryan I loved. Romeo Doubs I liked. Zach Tom, Kingsley Enagbare I loved that 179. Tariq Carpenter I liked. Ford, fine. Rasheed Walker, I loved. Samori Toure out of Nebraska, I liked. Guys, I think Green Bay crushed it. You saw love as all of them. That's an A grade. Now, Watson will need time in particular, a bit of an early pick for me. Green Bay, I didn't love the Jordan Love year. Beyond that, pretty good draft class. Houston, it was kind of an every other one pick I loved versus was fine with. I loved Stingley, fine with Green, not sure how he fits in. Loved Petrie, fine with Mechie. Loved Harris, fine with Pierce, and then was more or less fine with Booker and I believe it's pronounced Quintero out of Oregon State. Plus, what was it? Quintero, thank you. I'm close enough there. TQ out of Oregon State. Austin Deckless out of LSU, who I know our host here at Chat Sports, Will Scott loved. It's a good draft. Easy B for me. If you're a Texans fan and you want to go full homer, I get it. You can go up to an A. I am not a homer. I don't believe in being a homer. But it was a good class by Houston. It's a B grade. The Colts, I am way behind. I'm sorry, Sam. Alec Pierce, Jelani Woods, Bernard Raymond, Nick Cross. I like all of those picks. I am a big believer in Pierce. Raymond was great value. Woods was where you had to take him if you're going to get him. I don't think he's going to make it 70, 77 even. Nick Cross, great value there. Day 3, Eric Johnson, Andrew Ogletree, Curtis Brooks. Not as in love with those particular players, but I like what the Colts did on day 2 with no first-round pick. I do factor in no first because I don't believe in grading in a curve. The participation mentality, participation trophy mentality, it's not American. You have no first-round pick. You get docked for it because you fucked up by trading for Carson Wentz. But overall, it's a B for Indy. Jacksonville, I don't love Travon Walker, but 2 of my favorite linebackers, Devin Lloyd and Chad Muma. I like Luke Fortner, Snoop Connor, Gregory Jr. the third, by the way, which is, I will never get over it. Gregory Jr. the third out of Wichita Baptist is fun there. I didn't love it for Jacksonville. C+. It's fine. It's not a bad draft. We're going to get to some bad drafts here in a little bit. I promise you guys on that front there. Jacksonville, please don't ruin Trevor Lawrence. That is all I ask. KC, what a freaking haul, man. McDuffie, Karlaftis, Sky Moore, all steals. A little early on Brian Cook for me. Steal on Leo Chenal. Steal on Darian Kennard. Decent value on Joshua Williams, Jalen Watson, and even Isaiah Pacheco. The Chiefs have been a pretty well-run organization since they drafted your boy Patrick Mahomes. It's an A grade for me. I love what KC did this year. Filled your big-time needs. They are one of my favorite draft classes. It is the Ravens, Chiefs, and a team to be announced in a little bit. So who is your biggest winner from this year's draft? Sound off for me in the comment section. What team do you think crushed this year's draft better than anyone? The Chargers. It's a good class too, right? Zion Johnson, day 1 starter. JT Woods was a sleeper. Isaiah Spiller, great value. Otito Ogbonnia, the G is silent. Perfect fit for them. I love Jamari Salyer in the 6th round. No second-round pick does hurt them. You could talk me into an A pretty easily for LA, but everyone was like, good, 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 boom, in the line of Will Scott here at Chat Sports. B+ grade. If you're a Chargers fan, you guys should be hyped about your future as an organization. The other LA team, F for F them picks. I'm only half kidding here. Logan Bruss, reach for me. Jacoby Durant was fine. Kyron Williams, I love that one. Quentin Lake, Darion Kendrick, the 7th round picks or 7th round picks. Look, the Rams with no early picks were never going to get a good grade from me because I don't factor in trades that happened before the draft. But you won the freaking Super Bowl. You should be happy. So the Rams get a D. They had a tough path getting higher than that. Don't worry, Rams fans. You won the title. Who cares about the draft? F them picks. It was a good season for LA. Miami, Channing Tindall. I love it. No first, no second. Tyreek Hill trade not factor in here. Eric Izukama out of Texas Tech. A little early. Look, the Dolphins, those are their picks. 3rd, 4th, 7th. I give them a B-. I love the Tindall pick. They're light on draft capital. We knew that going in. Talk me into a C or even a D. I ain't going to be mad at it. It's Miami. You had no picks. You're fine. Minnesota, or I should say Minnesota, Lewis Cine, Andrew Booth. There are your long-term starters, free safety corner. I like Ed Ingram if the off-field stuff is cleared. Check out our Vikings channel for more on that. Brian Asamoah, who I know producer Sam, no homer, absolutely loves. Caleb Evans, who I knew was going to go before that or after that pick if he had lasted. Iowa State, good pick there from Minnesota, Ezzy Otomewo. Ty Chandler, Vidarian Lowe, 7th round, 6th round, Jalen Naylor, Nick Muse. A lot of volume, and I do like my volume as it relates to Minnesota. It's a B grade for me. Good, not great, certainly above average. It's a good class for Minnesota. New England. What are you doing? I'm so sorry. Producer Jack, our Patriots fan, is in shambles. Cole Strange, reach. Tyquan Thornton, reach. Marcus Jones, I love him. You had nickel corners, though. Jack Jones, another nickel corner. Pierre Strong, I love that particular pick. Bailey Zappi, but why? Kevin Harris, you drafted a runner, but no bad 6th-round picks. Sam Roberts, okay. I guarantee you one of those day 3 picks, Pierre Strong, maybe one of the offensive linemen in Chasen Hines or Andrew Stuber end up developing. The Patriots often do things different than every other team's board. Draft sucked. Patriots, it's a D. Like I don't get what they were going for as it relates to their particular draft. It was simply not that good. I often don't like the Patriots drafts, and that was the exact same case this year. So, biggest loser from the NFL draft. Let me know. I'm going to go Patriots myself. I want to hear from you guys right now in the comment section. Who do you think was the biggest loser from the NFL draft? On your toes now. Now it's the Raiders. I got you, Raiders fans. You know it. New regime from the Patriots, and I actually like what the Raiders did. Dylan Parham, Zamir White, Neil Farrell, who I love out of LSU, Matthew Butler, Thayer Munford, and 7th-round pick Britton Brown, whatever, were pretty much all above where I had them in terms of like their value, like the guys drafted after or equally to what I had. B-. Again, no Devontae Adams trade factored in. If you factored in the Devontae Adams trade, Raiders might have been your biggest draft winner because who are you going to take? Tyquan Thornton? Yeah, the Raiders, including Devontae Adams, A+. Without it, which is what we're focused on, it's still pretty damn good. The Saints, love the first 2 picks. Love your 5th-round pick. Lante Taylor? I don't know about that one there, Jim. I love DeMarco Jackson. Jordan Jackson, though, in the 6th round. It's fine. I will never body a 6th-round pick. Overall, a good draft from New Orleans. I'll take L's. That Alvin Kamara, Ryan Ramczyk draft, I didn't like it. And I was wrong. I like this draft even more than that one. The Giants, the G-Men of New York, they own day 1. Kayvon Thibodeau, Evan Neal. They got bodied on day 2. Reaches for me on Wan'Dale Robinson, Joshua Ezeudu, Cordero Flott. Redeemed themselves on day 3, though. Daniel Bellinger, Dane Belton, 2 potential sleepers there. Micah McFadden in the 5th after those 4th-round picks. DJ Davidson, Marcus McKeithen, and a steal in the 6th of Darian Beavers. In total, you crush day 1. On day 2, I like day 3. That's a B grade, baby. The new regime overall for the Giants, off to a pretty solid start. I love Evan Neal at number 7 overall. So what is the best pick from this year's NFL draft? I want to hear from you guys right now in the comments section. Stick in New York here. Talk about owning early on, right? Ahmad Gardner, I love it. Garrett Wilson, I love it. Jermaine Johnson, I love it. Breece Hall, I love it. Jeremy Ruckert, I'm fine with it. Max Mitchell, I'm fine with it. Michael Clemens, I am fine with it. Only top 120 picks from New York. I like that regime. You got to get Zach Wilson playing better. It's an A draft grade for me. Of course, no Deebo Samuel. That's just fine. But the Jets had themselves a very quality NFL draft this year. Philadelphia, and I will factor in the A.J. Brown trade. Guys, I love it. Jordan Davis at 13, I'm all for it. Cam Jurgens, I don't love, but the upside absolutely is there. Nakobe Dean fell due to medical issues, and then you had no picks till the 6th round. Kyron Johnson, Grant Calcaterra, good value picks there. Plus, you throw in A.J. Brown, it's an A for Philly, man. The Eagles, if you're an Eagles fan out there watching, get excited. Best case, Hurts is your guy, you win the NFC East. Worst case, he's not, and you have 2 first-round picks to go get a top QB in next year's draft. Pittsburgh grade, in the end, comes down to Kenny Pickett, who I don't love, but look at these receivers. George Pickens and Calvin Austin. I adore those particular players. DeMarvin Leal in the 3rd was really good value on that standpoint. You brought in Cam Hayward's brother and Connor Hayward. It's fine. The 7th round picks were, man. I don't love Kenny Pickett. It's a bad QB class. But even with that factored in, I think you got 2 starters at receiver. DeMarvin Leal was a good scheme fit for you at defensive tackle 5 technique. It's a B grade. Not great, but good for the Pittsburgh Steelers in the end. The Niners, Drake Jackson. Please, Kyle Shanahan, stop taking running backs top 100. It's all I want. Let's let your guys run. I love Danny Gray. Spencer Burford is good. Samuel Womack was a reach, but your 6th-round picks, Nick, I have the pronunciation somewhere here in a minute. I'll double-check that for you guys. Kalia Davis, Nick Zakel, Kalia Davis, Tariq Castro Fields, and Brock Purdy was Mr. Irrelevant, right? Mr. Irrelevant. It's not that bad from the Niners. Again, no first-round pick. That is factored in. You got the benefit from taking Trey Lance last year, who he would have been pick 6 at worst. Absolute worst. Probably pick number 3 again this year because someone would have traded up for him in this year's class. C-plus grade for the Niners. Worst pick from this year's NFL draft. Sound off for me in the comment section. Be a hater. Who do you think made the worst pick in this year's class? Seattle. Historically speaking, I hate your draft classes. This year, guess what, folks? I liked it. Charles Cross, great pick. Abraham Lucas, great pick. You took a running back. You had to do it. Of course you did. Boye Mafe, great value. Tariq Woolen, absolute steal. Tyreek Smith, good value there. I love the Bo Melton, number 229 overall. Derek Young is an upside pick from Lenore Ryan, the same school as the Patriots' Kyle Duggar from last year. Not perfect. This is the highest grade I have ever given the Seattle Seahawks in a draft class grade instant reaction. For the record, I got more W's than Seattle does in our draft class process. Congrats, Seattle. You get a B+. All right, Tampa Bay, Logan Hall, Luke Goedeke, Rashad White. Iffy on that one. I love the K. Dotton pick. Stop drafting punters and kickers top 150. They're punters and kickers. They're not worth it. I am offended there. But I love Zion McCollum, Ko Kiefty, Andre Anthony. It is what it is at that standpoint. Not the end of the world on that one there. The Bucs draft class was fine. B-. I think Logan Hall in particular is a really good scheme fit for what they want to do, so I'm just fine with that one. The Commanders, next up here, Jahan Dotson, Fidarian Mathis, Brian Robinson. I didn't love those picks, to be honest. Percy Butler was fine. Sam Howell, 5th round is great value. Cole Turner, Chris Paul was a great 7th round pick. Christian Holmes is what it is. I didn't like the Commanders draft. I really didn't. C- for me on that one. One of the lesser grades here. We can just go with whatever graphics we have for the Titans. It's all go doing on the fly here. You trade away A.J. Brown. I have to factor that in because Treylon Burks, you're hoping, is as good as A.J. Brown. That's a pretty big stretch there. I like Roger McCreary, Nicholas Petit-Frere, Hassan Haskins, Chigo Okonkwo, good value. Kyle Phillips, Theo Jackson is fine. You're banking on Malik Willis being your long-term guy. Had it not been for the A.J. Brown trade, probably would have been at least a B+ for Tennessee. I factor that in. So Titans fans are mad at me. I get it. In the end, it's a C+ grade. So I know we went really friggin' long. Sam, I'm sorry. Deal with it. It is our 2022 NFL draft grades here on Chat Sports.